Hello, everyone. We are back with JoJo Lands, and it has been so long that Araki decided to be like, you know what? Act 2, baby. Act 2. We are starting a whole new part of JoJo Lands. And the funniest thing is
Part 2 of Part 9.
yeah, part 2 of part 9. And the funniest thing
Right.
is I am very behind. This is kind of on me. I got busy, so we weren't making JoJo Lands videos. We still wanted to. It's not like we're going to stop making JoJo Lands videos. That was our
No,
agreement.
we said till we die, yeah.
Till we die. We
Till we
swore
die.
on it.
We swore on this.
But the funny thing is the thing that got me back into sending Indomitable a message, who I'm going to refer to as Indy now, just because it's easier to
What?
say. Yeah, I'm going to call you Indy, just because I don't want to say Indomitable every single time.
I
Are
think
you
it's
cool with
funnier
that?
if you do. I guess we're doing this now.
Are you okay with that? You can call me like
Yeah.
Sayo or whatever. I'm calling you Indy.
I'm not calling you Sayo.
I'm just saying, come up with your own nickname, okay? But anyways, the reason why I decided to message Indy here was because I am still behind in the Park 6 anime. I'm caught up with the manga, of course, because we're talking about JoJo Lands, no duh. But I was going to basically, my agreement was I would finish part 6 when, you know, the
Part 7 anime came out.
But
And
what's
one
funny,
episode did in fact come out.
one
So
episode did come out, but Netflix butchered it. What do you mean the rest are coming end of 2026?
I cannot believe they somehow came up with a release schedule worse than the Stone Ocean batches. I'm kind of impressed with it.
Baffled even.
Just a little bit. I'm baffled, absolutely, but also impressed at how stupid this release schedule is. For anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about, or if this video is watched way beyond in the future after all of Part 7 has come out, Netflix released their episodes by announcing Part 7, and then they just released the first episode. Just one. And they didn't announce episode 2 or beyond, and then about 2 weeks later at a conference said, okay, by the way, later in 2026 you're gonna get another batches of episodes. And within those 2 weeks a whole bunch of King Von Johnny Joestar memes popped up threatening Netflix.
I love the unhinged Johnny Joestar, Joe Biden-esque, like evil Joe Biden, evil Johnny Joestar, the reverse spin.
I honestly would have preferred if they just released it in batches than just here's one episode.
Or
and I saw some really
delay it till it's done. Like, why are you spoon feeding us it like episode by episode, you know?
No, what baffled me was I saw people being like, oh, JoJo fans are so entitled. It's like, no, Netflix didn't tell us they were only releasing one episode. This is false advertisement. They advertised it as Part 7 was coming out, and then they only released one episode. We cannot let Netflix get away with this.
It should not even be explained, but it's literally because of this that I'm like, you know what? Let's not be like Netflix. Let's actually put out something JoJo related. You know?
Don't let Netflix get away with this. Tell Netflix that we will not stand for this. Release your TV shows when you said you were going to release them. If they're not ready yet, don't release them yet.
Just delay it. I'd rather them delay it, and we
I
get
would
the
rather
whole
a delay
season.
than one episode, and then I have to wait months for episode 2.
I am so happy I'm not caught up to the JoJo anime because of this delay. Because now everyone who's seen the episode, which I've heard really good things about, has to wait till late 2026 for this to come out. And mind you, at the time of this recording, it is April. I'll probably get this posted up within the week, but still, just for reference, the first episode of Steel Ball Run had released last week, 2 weeks ago, and a month ago, month ago, and we still do not have episode 2 until the end of 2026 with no release date. Like no physical release date, just a general maybe
generally
2026.
Fall. Yeah, probably fall. They said they're going to do it weekly though. I don't trust them.
Yeah.
See, for every problem I have with Amazon, at least they released their shows with here's the first 3 episodes, then we're going to do the rest weekly. Oh, so your show is finished. Great. Thank you. Thank you for giving me a finished product at the very least.
Yeah, so
I'm still getting leaked on the episodes.
But hey, I mean, good news. You got our JoJoLands content.
Yay.
Dude, we have to sell this. You have to sound more enthusiastic. What are we doing?
Oh, yay!
Now you gotta do that corporate. Yay!
Yippee!
I love working here, you know? I love doing these JoJoLand videos, which actually, to be fair, there is a lot to talk about. And we did spoil it. Act 2 has started.
Yeah.
Which even if Netflix is delayed, Araki is not delayed. He still goes strong. And at least this is what I love about manga, like certain mangaka like Araki. If there is a delay, he lets us know. They let us know if there's a delay in the manga and the chapter release.
Araki caught me off guard with this. I was not going into this reading it thinking, oh yeah, Araki's gonna split this up into like different acts. What do you mean?
Well, he's done it.
I was so caught off guard. I know, but I was still caught off guard by it.
Well, he's done it before, and the way the chapter was like heading towards, it seemed like they were wrapping up. And so I was like, wait, I actually
right, but I wasn't expecting a big giant end of Act 1. I might have to pull up part 3 again, but when they got to Egypt, I don't remember a thing in the manga that said, all right, Act 1 of Stardust Crusaders over. We're now in Act 2, the Egypt
They did
arc.
do it for part 4 though. I mean, because it was what, that big Red Hot Chili Peppers stand? That was the Act 1, and then once Kira came in, that was Act 2.
This is them straight up saying Act 1, Act 2.
I'm pretty sure. Did they also do it for JoJoLand? I'm pretty sure they did it for JoJoLand too.
Part 7 did it because it was the stages of the race.
Yeah.
Stage 1, Stage 2, Stage... whatever.
Yeah, because JoJoLand, I think, was more like you get more into the family. And it was like the sister bringing home her boyfriend. That was Act 2, I think, the start. And then there had the whole chaos with that. I think it came right after the Battle Beatles, I think. One of Araki's finest moments, I must say. Battle Beatles.
Yeah. The first 2 chapters was 31 and 32. Those are like the final parts of the fight with what was the warrior's name? Key West. Key West on the yacht, which really funny fight, I gotta say, because this teenage boy just sinks this rich man's yacht, and he just they called the Navy somehow on his ass, and he just disappeared into the wind.
Yeah, he got the feds called on him, which I mean, if there's any group that would put pressure on Stan users in the JoJo universe, it's the IRS. Let's be honest here. The moment it involved money, weapons, and like potentially resources, right? It's like, oh, you know, send in the U.S. military.
Listen, I'm gonna take back what I said in previous videos where I was definitely like, oh, I don't think Howler's gonna be the final villain, just like a temporary villain. No, this motherfucker might be the final villain because he killed a government agent and then vanished into the wind, basically threatening I'll be back.
Yeah.
And so now I'm scared. I'm actually scared now.
You're terrified. And we didn't really get to see what his stand did. We saw a little bit of it. We don't know what his powers are. That's scary. I'm scared. No. What's terrifying is now we're getting into what is like what happens when a billionaire, like $50 billion, what happens when you strip him of his wealth? Like, what lengths will he go to now to come after you? To get it back. Yeah.
He threatened like Jodio's family.
Yeah, he's like, he like straight up did. He's like, I have the connections, I have power.
See, this is how we get Gappy back, you know?
Gappy.
This is how his distant cousin. He's going after all the family members. This is how we get Gappy back. This is how we get the Part 8, Part 9 crossover.
Yeah, and we did get a return of a fan favorite, a
Rohan.
person who we thought, I was gonna say, the person who we thought was the main villain at chapter 1, Rohan. Which I love how Rohan's like, you guys beat me. I love how Rohan, regardless of what part or what universe he is, there's always a Joestar like burning down his
No.
house, breaking and entering, and stealing shit from him.
What I find very funny is that Rohan is famous for fucking despising Josuke in part 4, but yet in these chapters he said, "I like you." So this man got robbed by Jodio, and he likes the Joestar that robbed him, but he fucking despises the teenage Joestar that that he tried to. What did he do? He like tried to like manipulate his mind.
Yeah, it's like what?
Yeah. He despises Josuke, but he likes Jodio, and I find that really funny. To be fair,
it's Josuke.
But he also likes Jotaro. I think Josuke might be the only Joestar family member that Rohan hates.
Well, to be fair, Josuke also did scam him out of all that money and burn down his house.
That was later on. He hated him before that.
No, but I mean, like, he has valid reasons. Maybe it's a premonition where it's like, yeah, this guy's bad news. And, like, he's not entirely wrong. Every time he bumps into Josuke, something goes wrong for him. Like, remember that one stand where he, like, the stand that, like self-deletes you? Like, when you look at the back and then it kills you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the moment that he was about to, like make it to the end, he runs into literally Josuke, and he has to, like, somehow find a way to not, like, have them, you know, be Josuke.
Yeah. I don't know. I find it funny again that Araki just like, I want to make myself insert a main character again. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, I still think that's like one of the best things Araki.
I'm gonna do it.
Like I said before, the best things Araki does, right, is announces when there's delays in releasing chapters. I wish Netflix took a page out of his book. The second thing is putting that self-insert and making it Rohan, you know?
Rohan would have been in the Steel Ball run if Araki could have found a way.
I mean, he technically is, just later down the line, like a bunch of years, because now he's in this alternate universe.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying if Araki had his way, that motherfucker Rohan would have been on a horse as one of the main characters traveling alongside Johnny and Gyro.
Do you feel like he didn't want to do that because then it would be a bad look for Rohan to bully the Joestar?
Absolutely
because
not.
Johnny would be in a wheelchair. I mean, Johnny's in a wheelchair.
No,
so like
that would not stop Rohan. Rohan would still absolutely bully the wheelchair crippled man.
Yeah,
but Araki's just like, no, Araki's like, no, I have to save him for later, and this is what he was saving him for.
To be fair, Araki also did maybe he didn't put Rohan in because he put Diego in, and he wanted more time for Diego because he cooked.
Also the Avdol cameo as well. So
yeah.
Like I gotta save my precious Rohan to be a main character for later, and we are finally at later.
Yeah, I still love how Jodio's also like, I have this guy on speed dial. Don't worry, he's an ally, and it's just Rohan.
Yeah, wait, how did he get his number? Did he put it in his phone when they kidnapped him?
Well, they probably were like, okay. I mean, to be fair, it's Meryl May, right? That's her name.
Yeah.
She had the contact information about the rich guy. So
right, but that was Jodio's phone.
Well, no,
that was Jodio's own personal cell phone.
He probably asked her to dig up information on the guy and got his contact information that way.
Yeah, there was a time jump. It was a 9-month time jump between Act 1 and Act 2.
I'm sure he probably reached out to ask questions about the Rock,
yeah.
So.
That's fair. Well, no, because he finally just called to him. Because in the chapters, they're like, hey, so you lost the Rock and now you want my help. And it's like 9 months later. And
that's fair.
Also,
but I'm just saying, there's a way to get his contact information.
Yeah. Anyways, Act 2 seems to be Usagi focused as well.
Also, Usagi's bisexual, which I think is hilarious because funny. Like ordinarily, like we don't get this from like mothers in the Joestar family, because usually they're like super nice and understanding, especially like Josuke.
Right.
With the exception, I will say, the exception is Giorno for sure.
His horrible mother.
Yeah, but like what's so funny is like I love Usagi's like monologue. Who's like, yeah, So life is great. I love my mom and sister, but then my mom found out I
But she
was
sent me to a
bisexual,
conversion camp.
so she sent me to a conversion
Yeah.
camp. Yeah, it's like,
Oh my god, is this how we get DJ into JoJo's?
wow. I can't believe you just said that. But no, but I mean, to be fair, I think we talked about this before, but JoJo's has always been with the times and a reflection of the current day. So I appreciate that, like, JoJo's is bringing up these topics. Like in chapter 1, you saw a lot of that, right? Especially with Dragona, right? So it's just
Yeah,
it's go ahead.
This is a very ally part is what I'll say.
Well,
like,
I was gonna say
JoJo
progressive for sure.
is very much yeah. JoJo's is like, it's JoJo's, but like this part, like specifically, you have characters like Dragona and now canonical bisexual.
Araki's like, for part
Usagi.
9, I'm introducing. You call JoJo's gay. Well, I am gonna show you.
I'm gonna
JoJo.
show you.
Here
Gay
you go,
JoJo.
bisexual character. So I mean, but it was just kind of crazy. Where I'm like, yeah, so I care about my mom and sister, but my mom kind of threw me to a conversion camp and abandoned me after finding out I had a crush on a dude. It's like, wow, that's actually insane. But he's still like, what I do like about Usagi, and it does say a lot about his character, is that he still cares enough to be like, oh shit, my sister and mom disappeared. Some crazy things happened. I kind of want to go look for them and see if they're okay. Because, my money's gone, but also my family. Even though they cut him off. And I'm like, dang, that's kind of tragic, dude. Which we said Usagi's the GOAT. I mean, he tanked that hit in the hospital, He was literally like suffocating in the MRI. Like, MRI! Like, help! He's just straight up dying. And,
You completely cut out on my end because of how high pitched you went. It was really funny.
Really? That's hilarious. But
yes.
You know what I'm trying to say is like, I just thought it was so funny that he just kind of tanks it. But I think honestly, Usagi's like, he's like and why am I blanking on his name? Polnareff in part 3. That kind of like legend status. Like, you have the other Joe Bros are cool, but like the comedic standout, I feel like, is definitely Usagi for sure.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
Usagi,
they're it's comedic until it gets tragic. And then it's like all sad.
Usagi is very much the Polnareff of part 9, but unlike Polnareff, he's actually bisexual and not just European.
I was gonna say French, but yeah.
French, European, same difference. Europe is the easiest country to raise bait.
Yes, but what did you feel? How did you feel though about the big what the fuck moment at the zoo?
Oh, the ending where he's getting. Okay,
yeah, what do you think is happening there? Because I have a theory
stand
of
user.
Well, no shit. Yeah,
that's what's happening.
It's like it's an enemy stand user. Well, of course it is. But like, what do you think the stand is?
It's an enemy stand user.
Like, yeah, no, it's just some guy who has his half his face destroyed.
So my understanding of it is it's horror movie rules of don't turn around, don't look at the monster, and if you do, then it traps you. I don't fully understand yet, but
it's the calamity pretty much.
Yeah.
The calamity, or the back stand from part 4.
I think it's more like the back stand than the calamity. Although I will say the first appearance of I saw it and was like, Wonder of You? What are you doing here?
Well, to be fair, Wonder of You, here's the thing with Wonder of You that's terrifying. Wonder of You, you're fine unless the stand user is pursuing you, or you try and retaliate. I feel like that stand is a little bit like that, where it's like if you retaliate,
I don't think this is
yeah.
I don't think this is a retaliate. I think this is a don't turn around, don't look at it. It's more like the back stand. It only
will attack you if you fulfill a condition of for example, turning around, right?
Turning around. Yeah, I think that's what this is. And I also I think it gives you nightmare vision, the decaying corpse of the man that killed himself in the house they went to.
Yeah, and it's what's going on here? What is the stand? Is it is like the stand part of him, so he's like undead, or is he piloting a dead body? You know,
No, I think it's just a vision of like the dead body.
or the
something
vision
like
of the
that.
dead body? Maybe. Well,
Yeah.
is it a vision because he got dragged?
Well, yeah, you can like still look like it. Like the
What,
stand still is
well,
probably
it's
what
probably a
dragged him.
stand that probably dragged.
The,
That's what
yeah,
I mean.
the stand probably took shape, and then it, then it dragged him into the alligator exhibit.
I see. Yeah, but that was like, I was like, okay, this is. So I think, so for part 9 right now for JoJo Lands, part 1, I mean, it had some crazy moments, but this, like, it felt much like part 3, where it's like a lot of action. This feels like the Kira, like part 2 or act 2 of part 4, where it's like, okay, we're going more into horror serial killer shit. You know what I mean? Where it's like, people are dying all over the place, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it was all fun and games with the heist and stuff, and people, yeah, we killed people, but it was more like, it wasn't like horror focus, like act 2 is shaping up to be. And I also have a question, like, who do you think the enemy is? Like, what is it, like a villain of the week? Do you think there's something more behind it? Because they hinted at that. They're like, this isn't just your ordinary scammer,
I think
it was an
we're
abduction
dealing
too.
with I think we're dealing with other crime families right now that Howler has gone under, and then Howler's just waiting
You
for
think
the
it's
right.
a,
Because
it's
now
a
there's
vacuum?
a power vacuum. That's my
Yeah.
guess. Yeah, and then these are the people that defeated Howler. So now other enemy crime families that are also stand users are going after them. And I think eventually, when the time is right, Howler's going to make his grand return as the final villain.
Yeah, and
try
they
to get
do
his
need a
revenge.
way. And here's the funny thing: they actually got the contract. They got the deed for the 50
They
billion.
did. They got him
But
to
the
sign it. Yeah.
funniest thing to me is they can't cash out until the military
Because the
leaves.
government's still looking into it. They're still investigating.
So they're like, fuck.
The most powerful villain in all of JoJo's is the U.S. government.
Yeah, and the IRS. Don't forget the IRS.
That's part of the U.S. government.
Yeah, no, specifically the IRS, not even the government. Like I don't even think the military is like. Imagine the crime family being like having ties with the IRS. That's why all these things are happening. Or maybe there's a delay and they're still investigating because there's some corruption in the government with some of the crime families. Maybe that's why they're still investigating, so they can get their hands on the deed, right? And then maybe they figured out something. Maybe there's some other stand users. Also, what was it? Changing Man, or Charming Man?
Charming Man.
Charming Man, right? Charming Man also just dipped. I thought that was kind of hilarious. He's like, okay, job done. We secured the 50 billion. Sorry.
He only cared about the land because he needs to research his brother's death. That's all he cares about. He is not a crime person. He's not part of the mafia.
I mean, he did almost commit murder a bunch of times, but hey.
Well, yeah, because he's on a vengeance quest. You accidentally kill some people along the way.
Yeah.
Just because you're on a vengeance quest does not make you mafia,
That's true. It doesn't make you mafiosa. But what did you feel
It
about...
doesn't make you a gangstar,
Okay.
Hashtag gangstar.
Okay, but based on what has happened so far, because we talked about a lot. We talked about theories. We talked about this potential new enemy stand user and ties to maybe Howler's return. But what do you feel about Act 1 as a whole for JoJo Lands? Because I personally have been enjoying it. I think it was slow at the start, albeit nothing much happened. But then Araki's like, bet. And halfway through, shit happens. A ton of shit happens,
I've been enjoying it over these last 3 years.
Oh God. Oh God. That's right. Next month marks 3 years. Oh, dude.
Yeah, three years, I think. Yeah, it's been a long time. I've been enjoying it. I thought it was a little slow at start, but I think it really like found its footing, found its placement, and I was not expecting that ending to it. I was not expecting an end to an act. You know, I thought we were gonna just continuously keep going.
Yeah,
I
they
was not
literally
expecting it to be
killed Key
divided like
West
this.
and demanded the dude to sign the papers. Which Key West, I was like, damn, that was kind of brutal. Like,
It was a brutal death.
like they trapped her stand in like this ball, one of those balls that's in the pool, and slammed it against like
Yeah,
some
they
metal
fucked
thing
her up.
to like kill her. I was like, that's insane.
Oh, speaking of ally part, confirmed lesbian with what was the nematode girl's name?
I was. Can we just say the cop chick?
Yeah, the cop chick, the nematodes.
Yeah, which I mean,
yeah,
that tracks. But then the moment she said that, I'm like, death flag. Like,
yeah,
she's like, I'm
she
not
sends
going
me all those
down.
tweets. What did you do to her?
The moment the villain says that, and they already know something
Death
bad
flags.
has probably already happened.
Absolute death flags if I've ever seen
Cooked.
one. Yeah.
You're cooked. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I mean, so far, I mean, I've been enjoying it. I think it did ramp up. So it's along the lines for me. Like, I still think part 7 has one of the best starts. Like, part 7, I will say part 2 also. And I do like the start of part 5. This is along the lines of part 6 and part 4 for me, and maybe a little bit of part 3, where it's a lot slower at the start, but then what, like you said, once it gains its footing, it's just straight uphill from here. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel about it. So but yeah, so I'm excited. I'm glad that we're only like 2 chapters into act 2, and it's a good time to catch up, right? It was like perfect timing. And I think the next chapter is gonna drop in like a couple of days, but we can do a 2 chapter thing next month, so we're not like spamming JoJo Lands videos.
Till we die. Till we die.
Till we die. Till we die. Ride and die. But thanks, Indy, for joining me on today's JoJo Lands video. And what did you think? Did you enjoy these last couple of chapters, the end of Act 1 of JoJo Lands? Let us know in the comments below what you thought and any theories you may have too. And I'll leave it for you to sign off.
Bing bada boom.